Hello people, this is a weight loss vlog. I haven't done one in a very long time, so I thought, well, I've been doing it for 3 years now, so I'll do a selection of a couple just to show people how I'm going. So as you can see, I have picked halfway through 2017. I started at the beginning of 2017 when I was 20 stone. Probably would have been better to do that as a clip, but you know that's the way it is now. Um, the reason I've done this is because I want to highlight on the right hand side. You will see the total amount of net calories. This is net calories. This isn't what I'm eating. This is net calories. So basically, what that means is basically all my exercise and everything I do in a 24-hour period is accounted for on an hourly basis, and then obviously I work out how much calories I burn off compared to how much I've ate, and then every single day is that net calories. So if it's in the red, obviously a lot of these are, because this is when I first started it. What determines the green and the red is anything over 100 or anything under 100 is green. But once it gets over the 100, it gradually starts turning into a red. As you can see, it turns to like a light brown. Then eventually, if it hits 300, is a red. If it goes over 600, is a very dark red. Like when I first started, those numbers was completely different. I've edited this program to take into account my new guideline numbers. When I first started, it was like 300 to start with, then went up to, I think it was 369. So you know, it wasn't bright red until it was over 900. But as you can see, I've edited this to take into account my new lower numbers. But as I was saying, the total amount in net calories, and then I divide that by 35 days. And then that gives me my rough average over the 5 weeks or 35 days. As you can see, you can take a round number. You can see that for this period of the 2017, I was 493 on average, and that gave me a minus £2 for that 5 weeks. Again, these ain't massive numbers to lose weight, but it's the trend you want to look at. Don't look at how much you lose, look at the trend of it going down. That's the most important thing, the trend of which way you're going. Now, in a weird way, you could look at the next one. You say, well, yeah, okay, that's lower. He managed to knock off a good, what, 50, well, about 40 off of his average, but yet somehow that ended up with him putting £3 on. And I was puzzled by this, but then when I looked through all the records what I was eating a lot of crap. And I mean a lot of crap. You know, I'm lucky I only put on £3 in that time. So what you're eating does take a massive account of how your body's going to deal with that fat. So the more fat you consume, the harder your body's got to work to clear that fat. And like, you know, if you're eating a lot of sugar alongside that, your body will just store that fat and then just use the sugar. So it is let's move on to 2018 now. So if I get rid of this one, so as you can see, 2018 I did have a bit more of a difficult time. I was struggling more with the rebound of wanting to eat more food, because obviously I got down to 15 stone. But as you can see, this is a really big number, 41,935. That's the calories. That's the net calories again, people. So I ate a hell of a lot more than that. That averages out at 1,198. This is partly why I'm making this video. According to everything online, you shouldn't be thinking of going lower than 1,200 calories net. And as you can see, I started off at the beginning of this 5 week period in 2018, £219, right? Now, obviously, I was 41,000. 900, which is very close to that 1,200 mark. And look at my weight. I put on £4. I put on £4 and I went back up to 16 stone. So, and that's the puzzle. And as you can see, the next 5 weeks, I started off on 16 stone, obviously 223 pound, and I got to the end. I managed to reduce massively my intake. So I really kicked myself out the backside because I wasn't happy about having that score. So I really kicked myself out the backside, and I was able to knock off £2 in weight. So it goes to show that if you stick to this 1,200 net calories per day, you are gonna struggle to lose weight once you get down to a more lower end weight. If you're 2-3 stone plus overweight, you don't have to worry about it so much because your body will burn that off fairly quickly. Well, not quickly, but it won't be as difficult to get rid of it. It takes time because everything with the body takes time. That's the one thing you've got to understand, is the body is like a really slow moving tanker. It doesn't like to change fast. It just can't. It biologically is enabled. It just cannot do it. So you've got to give it time. Based on my plan doing this, I worked out about 2 to 3 weeks delay between what you're having that 3 weeks and how it hits your weight. You could even say maybe up to 5 weeks, because the bodies are very slow and there's thousands of chemical reactions going on in the body. So what we'll do now is we'll go to the latest one, and I'll show you where I am now. As you can see, I'm 14 stone. Well, I've jumped back up to 15 stone now because I've put a pound back on. But as you can see, my grand total has completely changed because obviously I've got better at controlling my diet. I'm able to do a lot more activities because my body's in a better shape because of all the walking I'm doing, the bike riding. Not so much swimming now because obviously the virus has stopped people going swimming, but I was going swimming twice a week. So all of that plays a massive part. Obviously in this 5 week it didn't include swimming because of the virus. We've been locked down now for over a month. But I think that's why I probably put that pound on, is purely because I wasn't doing my most what would you call it, active, like the most intense exercise, which swimming is a very intense exercise. If you can keep going backwards and forwards all the time without stopping, that really does give your body a good workout, and it's really good for you. The reason on the bottom you can see the 1,200 all in, I was just doing that to see exactly how many calories would that be per week. So that works out at 8,400. Then you times that by 5 and it's 42,000. So you could see while I was pointing that out, if you every 5 weeks, if you're having 42,000 calories left over as a net calorie, you're never going to lose weight. Look at me the week before. Look at me though, on the first 5 weeks, the top one where I completely finished it. It took me minus 90 calories just to burn 1 pound. Now I understand the way the body goes into panic mode and it slows everything down because it's thinking, oh no, we ain't got no food, we're gonna have to slow everything down to try and save on food. And I think to a degree that's probably happened with me. But then at the same time, if you keep eating 42,000 calories every 5 weeks, keeping to this 1,200 or as close as you can, you're gonna find it very difficult to lose weight. You're gonna have to live off fruit and vegetables only. Have no fat in your diet whatsoever. Some people might do that, but for me, I'm going to continue on the plan I'm doing. Maybe not be so harsh on the minus calories. I may try and just hit 0 as quickly as I can. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I wish you all the well with your weight loss, and hope you do get the results that you're trying for. Ta-da.